Hey everyone, it's more crafts and mom back for another video.
Hi everybody.
So I have a lot of stuff to show you tonight. It is Thursday night, it is 9:18 at night. It is the 25th, and like I said, I have a lot of stuff. I have a lot of finished objects, lots of whips. So yeah, let's just get into it. So I'm gonna try. I have like a mountain of stuff over here.
Just pick one and something to chill it.
So they are mixed together. Like I have whips and finished objects all over this mountain over here. So I'm just gonna pick stuff. So this is gonna be a mix. The first thing I grab is I finished a blanket, and this is one of Truly Crochet's blankets, one of my favorite patterns. So I finished it. I used a 6mm hook. So yeah, this will go into the tote for the nursing home. And yeah, it's a row of V-stitch. It's a 4-row repeat. So it is a row of double crochet. Then you do a row of V-stitch, then you do a granny cluster, then a V-stitch, and then you just repeat. So it is one of my favorite blankets. I've made this several times. So yeah, that one's done. And then I got on a huge hat kick, and I think I counted like 12 to 13 hats. I have a big 31 bag, and basically I just grabbed yarn off my shelf, and I grabbed some variegated yarn, and I made hats until different size hats until I didn't have enough yarn to make another hat. So various sizes like this one, they're just basic double crochet beanies with a front post, back post brim. I use a 5mm hook, which is what I use for all of my hats, unless it's a textured pattern. But for the basic double crochet beanie, I use a 5. So I have a brown one. I have this really, that's the back. I have this really cool variegated one. I have a green variegated one. And then I have a little purple. This is one of the ombre ones. Have that. And then I have 2 sizes of claret or maroon, whatever color it is. Next is, I'm gonna do this one next. This is, so my mom's friend asked me if I could make a Cocker Spaniel blanket for her sister. And I made it, and she wanted an applique on it, but sadly I could not find a Cocker Spaniel applique. So I found this little dog, on Etsy by Nella's Cottage, I think. It's either Nella's Cottage or the Yarn Conspiracy. I actually think it's Nella's Cottage. And then she wanted the dog's name, which is Rosie. And she wanted the letters, so I did the letters, and then I glued them on. And I did them like in an arch, because I was going to put them straight across, but Mom liked the arch better, so that's what I did. So that is done. I'm actually going to lay that over there, because I have to bag it up. I made another, the letters, I used a 4mm hook for them. The applique, I used a 4mm hook. The blanket itself, I used a 6. This is another one of my Big Timothy's. I give him blue sparkly eyes. And this is another one with the Premier chunky yarn. And this is the colorway Hydrangea. And I use a 4mm hook for this, so this is going to go on the top of my bookshelf. that I have some of my amigurumis on. I do have the Snapdragon one up there, and this one is going to go beside it. I have 2 more colorways of this yarn that I want to make a Timothy out of. So yeah, I finished him. And I have some whips now. I did crochet this bag together. It is not complete. I have the lining already started. So when it is done, it will be like this, and then so it'll be like this, and then this will be up like this, and it'll be like this. But it'll be completely lined in the inside, and it's gonna have pockets. So I got that one sewed together, or crocheted together. I also did this one here. This one is like a bigger version of that. And yeah, I have it and I have but I don't really have to cut them real short. So this one is going to be a little bit bigger. It is 3 squares across and 2 squares up. So I have that one. I do have to cut. I'm doing 1 bag at a time for that, and I can figure out something I did. I did it. Here's another double crochet basic beanie. As well as 3. I just missed my basket. 3 more. This is the purple variegated. So did those, and I finished my little goat. He's so cute.
Yes.
I'm gonna do a blue and green one for myself, but I like this colorway too, so he might be mine. I might keep him
I
too.
think he's adorable.
So I got him done, so I'm gonna put him on my shelf. And I finished this Timothy the T-Rex. And I love this colorway, so I'm probably gonna keep this one for myself too. And I gave him some weird eyes. They're like dragon eyes, but they're blue and green with the black people. And I just thought it matched the blue and green in the yarn. So yeah, I'm gonna keep him for myself too. I guess you can say I'm being a little selfish. I don't make my stuff myself.
You're not being selfish.
I don't make myself stuff very often, but these last couple Timothys and things that I've made, I like them, so I'm gonna keep them. And I love this yarn. This is Black Light, and I just love him, so I'm gonna keep him for myself. I think I have enough yarn left over that I could possibly make a mini Timothy, and I'm gonna keep him for myself too. So, got a couple more hats, and then I think that's all of my hats. Here's 2 more hats. This is like a tan, and this is a pink. Now we are pretty much on to just whips. So I started this blanket. If you remember, I have my hearing aid in, and my ear is very itchy today. So I started this blanket. Well, I found a pattern on Pinterest, and I was not understanding it very well. And it's basically this, but different. And this is the smooth tiles blanket on Ravelry. It's a mosaic crochet pattern, and I'm using white and pink lemonade yarns. So it's the Bitty Stripes by Red Heart Super Saver. So I'm using a 5 for this, and my amigurumis I use a 3.75. So this is the smooth tiles blanket. So I started that. Then I have this blanket here, and this blanket I worked on when no. Yeah. This blanket I worked on when Mom had a doctor's appointment. I kind of wish I would have taken hats, but instead I decided to take a blanket. and I got this far on it. And when I started, I was like the second row into the yellow gold color. And I'm using a 6mm hook for this one too. And this one is a repeat of 2 rows. It's a V-stitch row and then a solid double crochet row. And I'm just using the yarn until I can't make any more solid rows. And then I cut off and will weave my ends in whenever I can. Or whenever I'm done. The next is another blanket, and I'm using a 6mm hook for this one too. And this one is the Avenue blanket is this one here, and it is by Truly Crochet again, because I absolutely love her patterns. There are a couple row repeats, and every row is different, but they're still very simple that you can watch TV or a movie like me and Mom is doing and crochet. So I'm gonna keep this one out because somewhere. And then I started this blanket also tonight. Tonight was Start-itis. And I ripped a stitch out, but that's okay. So this blanket is the Eden blanket. And I don't remember the pattern of this, but it's like a 4-row repeat too, which is usually what her patterns are. And that's one of the reasons why I love them so much. The next thing I'm going to show you is, and I just realized, so I had an avalanche when I came out here, and I dropped a lot of stuff. So I had 2 more things over there, and I still have one on the floor that I have to get. But this is a granny stitch blanket, a granny stripe blanket, and I am going till I can't make another solid row. And this is how big it is. I'm gonna do like 3 more colors, and then I'm gonna call it quits. And I'm using a 6mm hook for that too. And I gotta get one of my hooks because it's over there a ways. Because I forgot that it was over there. So I looked over there and saw it. This is my pastel cardigan that I'm making. This is how far I got on the gray side. So it's going to be a split. The one side is going to be solid gray, the other side is going to be pastel. So it's going to be yellow, blue, pink, purple, and green. So I have this, and I gotta collect all of my yarn. It's all over the floor. And I'm using a 6mm. I use a 6mm a lot. The next one is just a plain granny square. So I just have this little bit of green, and I'm gonna go until I can't make any more solid rows. I'm using one of the stitch markers my friend Christina made me. It's a little strawberry plastic canvas. So I'm using a 6mm for this also. And, I'm gonna go, like I said, until I can't make any more, solid rows. And then I'm gonna cut the yarn and tie on a new one. And I don't know how big this is gonna be, but I'm just going with it for now. The next one I have is a sedge stitch blanket. And this is how far I got. I'm using one of my pumpkin plastic canvas stitch markers my friend Christina made me. So this stitch is a single crochet, half double crochet, double crochet in the single crochet from the previous row. So I'm using like I said, a 6mm hook for this one too. And I'm going until I can't make any more solid rows like I have for all my other blankets. Now, sometimes I go a little crazy, and once I run out of yarn, I just tie on a new one. But I am trying to, because I made a lot of granny spurs about a couple months ago, and my small scrap ball is running low. So I decided that I was going to get some scrap balls gathered up again, and that's what I've been doing. I think my last whip is the one that I'm really excited for because it's close to being finished but not quite finished. Is my Halloween cardigan. Now, I have a couple of things that I have to, because, like I said, I had an avalanche. First, I had one in the room where I knocked over. I had my basket that has my Halloween cardigan on top of my bigger basket, and I dropped it on the floor and on the bed, so I had to pick that up. So everything is kind of stuffed in here. So this is the colored side, and I am attached because I'm working on the sleeve. So this is the colored side, and I have got the same progress, which is also attached. So this is the other side. So this is what it's gonna kind of look like. So I am tying it up now. So yeah, so that's what I've been working on. I am, so tomorrow, which is Friday, I am taking my friend her blanket. I finally finished it. I'm not showing you it because, it's pretty big. I will show you a picture of it if I can, if it doesn't glare. Um, just because, yeah, so I am gonna turn the brightness, my brightness is already turned down really low, then I'm gonna flip that back, and this is my friend's, blanket. There's a glare on it. You can't really see it. Here you can kind of see it. It's her dog. And I am giving it to her tomorrow. So I'm kind of nervous because I did not I followed the pattern a little bit, but not really. And I hope she likes it. Not,
I love it.
so yeah. And then yesterday I printed out some patterns because since I finished that corner to corner blanket, I'm like, well, I want to work on another corner to corner blanket. So I have a couple options. I used to be a Patreon for Two Magic Pixels, where I was a gold or something supporter, to where I got like 14 patterns every single month. Well, that I stopped that Patreon because uh so I stopped that Patreon because I was getting a lot of patterns and I didn't know if I was gonna be doing that. But so mom wants me to make. Oh, that is blowing out. Okay, maybe this will help. Mom wants me to make this pattern for her best friend. It is called Divine Light. So that one is an option. I also really want to make this one here. And this one is just called US Veterans Day. It's a heart in the shape of a flag, kind of. I want to do this one too. That's a rainbow flag. And I want to do this one, which is Stitch. Now, if you followed me for any length of time, you know I did attempt this one before, and I threw it away. And I am kicking myself in the behind for that. And on the Halloween cardigan, I want to add some pockets. So I asked Mom what she thought of a ghost pocket for both sides or a pumpkin pocket for both sides. And she said, why can't you do one of each? So the one that I found for the ghost is a washcloth. But it looks like this. And that is going to be one pocket. And then I have yet to print out the other pocket. So I'm looking forward to those. And next month when I go to Walmart, I am going to get yarn for one of the graphs. I want to do the Stitch one, but I also want to do the one for my mom's friend. So I might get the yarn for my mom's friend, which is white, blue, and yellow. Those are the only three colors. So I could do that one, which I'm probably going to. The good thing about it is they have the actual corner to corner counts, which that is great because it literally writes it out for you and you don't have to follow the actual graph. So and I also have something else that I have finished. And it is a peyote stitch ring. I have it on my mandrel, my ring mandrel. And it is an 8.5. It does not fit my fat fingers. It's in shades of pink, white, and black. So, it's black now. So it looks like this. Kind of get it close up. You can't really see it. But, I made one. I am planning on making more of them. I just have to figure out a better way to show them. It's an 8.5. And yeah, I'm really happy with it. I found a pattern on Pinterest, and then took me to a Telegram, and there was a lot of patterns on there, and I printed out a lot of them. But yeah, so I'm really happy with how that one turned out. I just have to figure out how to best show it. So that is everything I have to talk to you guys about tonight, which I thought was quite a lot. And yeah, I'm gonna let you go. And put all of my stuff away. Which is a lot. And yeah. I think this time I'm gonna take a couple things in at a time instead of I should have brought everything out a little bit at a time. And Mom is laughing at me again because I had 2 avalanches, and what happened was
I didn't see the one in the room.
What happened was I sat my basket on my little stand, and I didn't realize that it was tilted, and then I let go of it, and down everything went, and it was all over the floor, all over the stand. It was everywhere. So I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. And there is no football game until 7:30 Saturday. So I will be able, hopefully, to do a video on Saturday. Ton of Grimps, because I have a lot of stuff to show down there too. But yeah, like I keep saying, I'm gonna let everybody go, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. And I will talk to you guys again hopefully soon. Bye,
everybody.